Good morning, good morning. I got all kinds of stuff out and open. YouTube, let's see here. Oh, oh boy, man. The reason I'm late is because I'm in this country truck out. Oh my God. Man. I'm in this country behind truck stop. And I said, I'm gonna get me some breakfast. But I don't like who is that? Hey Mike. I don't like like these people get on here and start talking to me, munching and all that, and slapping their I can't stand that. And that, I mean, and if I don't like it, I don't want. Good boy, Jeff. If I don't like it, excuse me. If I don't like it, I don't want to hear somebody else do it. You know how they do the mukbangs and look, you gotta hear the crunch. You gotta hear the crunch of the fried chicken. I didn't like fried pork chops, man. Yesterday, the crunch was so awesome. But I'm not gonna get on the screen and go, watch me with my 5 teeth. I can't stand that. So that's why I said, man, I had a hankering because I'm at this. I'm out in the country, and don't matter who it is, black, white, or indifference. Now there's some country white folks in the back cooking. Man, that breakfast was off the chain. And these weren't folks from England. This country white folks, y'all, their breakfast was off the chain. Hey, what's going on, Jim? And I'm like, yo, that's what it's at. It's that country food. I ain't supposed to have them grits, but the cheese grits was looking good. And I'm be honest, I had half a biscuit. Cause that biscuit, it wasn't them little whatever biscuit. This month was about that thick. And I was like, oh, you're the devil. You're the devil talking to me in the name of Jesus. You're the devil talking to me in the name of Jesus. I should be eating this. I threw the rest of it away. Look, and it's gonna where you're from. Some people, and it took years for me to figure this out, but I think my half brother's grandmother either was, I don't think she was Jamaican. I think she was from Trinidad or something, and he would make a cornmeal porridge, which you had grits and butter. With cornmeal, is nothing but freaking grits. It's just got a different name on it. It's just ground different. But and they changed it another name for a fancier word. I forgot, polenta or something. That's still grits. That's still grits. We was in Costa Rica and we were trying to find some grits. I said, get that polenta. And it ain't grits. Yes, it is. It's grits. You know what I mean? Oh, look. In a few days, I'm gonna be really eating unhealthy, but I think I'm kind of leading up to it, but yo, this was good. This place is good. I had to actually pay for parking, which sucks, but I was running low and for on my hours, and I said, and I spotted it, and I knew I was gonna have to pay, so I backed in. I had some fried pork chops and onion rings yesterday. I ain't supposed to have the onion ring, but look, you know, tomorrow. My thing is, yes, I'm trying to live healthy. No. You know, I'm literally at a gas station. I spent the night at a gas station. So it's one of those where you go in and they got a steam table right there, and that stuff is piled up by that daggone high, because they know a lot of people come. When you know it's piled up that high, the locals wipe them out. So I was like, okay, this is good. We need to do it. And it ain't the little Bojangles biscuits by that round. That biscuit was about, boom. And, you know, I didn't really eat like this. I haven't really eaten like this for years. There'd be certain places up in New York, Long Island, where you would have like a real deli, not these deli chains, but there's sawdust on the ground, and the guy is either Polish or I'm not talking about bodegas. I didn't learn about bodegas until I left New York. No, but like Polish or Italian, you know, or you know, whatever, and you could order all kind of jailhouse biscuits, and you get the. My father would order, and I started doing it too. A buttered roll. You get a buttered roll and a coffee, light and sweet. Can't have the sugar anymore, but that's like right now I get the sugar-free creamer, and that's my sweet intake. And you get like a Kaiser roll or Kaiser roll light and sweet, or you know those sausages that you know you cut lengthwise and they burn that baby on the grill, or you know, or a, you know, like they had the sage sauce. You know, normally store-bought sage sauce is that small. This place, they're that big, and you get two of them, and they were like that thick. I'm like, oh geez, and they had fried bologna. Who sells fried bologna anymore? Oh Lord. And I was like, look, I felt my arteries harden, but yo, I'm in a good mood. You know, it's a point it's a point where yes, you want to eat right, yes, and I do. I'm not saying, I'm not giving excuses. That's why I admit my stuff. I'm telling you everything. But you got to get back on the ball. You have your taste, then you get back to work. Okay. It kind of broke my heart yesterday when you know. Yeah, no, I'm south. I'm South Georgia. I'm like 100 miles in backcountry off of I-75. I'm like, I'm down here, boy, because I was getting nervous, because you know, you drive a truck, you run out of hours, you gotta have a place to park, and I knew I had at least another 40 minutes left on my clock, but I need to see some, you know, civilization, and this is the first place I spotted civilization. You know what I mean? And it's all good when you when you know where you're at. It's all good when you know where you come from, and you know, because I was seeing on the I was seeing on different platforms. That's why I listened to it because you see how I got I have a mount on my windshield, and then I have another mount down here. So when I drive, my mount down here where I can't see it, I'm looking straight ahead, and I got my right hand and I flick that sucker up to the next whatever. And the next thing that they were doing was accents, when your accent is over. And I was talking about it yesterday about Filipino accents, Chinese accents, but what about different accents? Like Bayou, you from Louisiana, I know you got an accent. I'm from Long Island, New York. Like that, New York. But there's different dialects in New York. You could spot a Brooklyn accent. Man, you could spot a Brooklyn accent. You could spot a Brooklyn accent so quick. You can spot a Brooklyn accent like that, bam. And I've had people say for years, they said, "Where you from?" And I've been down here, dang near 30 years, and they said, I said, New York, I'm Long Island. And she said, yeah, I recognize that. I'm like, really? And my wife is so funny. My wife, she likes to portray me as the super husband. That I don't cuss, I'm polite, and I'm all this, and I'm this and that. But I noticed when Charles is around, and lately it's been normal, when Charles is around, I get louder. New Yorkers are louder. I get loud. My voice kind of gets higher, and I know that's part of being a New Yorker. We talk a lot of crap, but some people can back it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm one of them, but we talk a lot of crap, and we throw a lot of F-bombs, especially like Italians, older Italians. Oh, you F you and F you and F this. What is something that you guys in the area that you were brought up in, what is something that is something for your ethnicity, your area, or whatever? I know it's a lot of yeah, or like yesterday, Norma, she was saying that got some scrimp. I said, you bought some scrimp? I started laughing. I did, she's always corrected me. She said, yeah, I got me some scrimp. I'm like, you really? And want to spell, see, sometimes we add stuff into the conversation trying to be detrimental, but don't realize that it actually hangs on. Yeah, here. You heard me? You hear me? Back at the house. Where you going? I head to the house. There is nothing wrong with anyone's pronunciation. until you try to think you're better. Oh, you mean you're heading home? No, there's no reason for that. There's no reason. There's no reason. I'm heading to the house. You hear me? Yeah. or or to the stove. Yeah. Stove. And the thing is, like I said on the other platform, it took me a while to figure out the people that are doing this, like uh, instead of going to Mickey D's or McDonald, it's something like that, and they're making fun of their own self. And, hey, Kenna. Thank you. I'm constantly getting corrected. My wife corrects me all the time. I said, you know what I meant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I said. Do I got to get out of the dictionary? It's like I'm going back and forth with this guy on another app. And I just posted to Google. I did a screenshot of what Google. I said, what is a trail ride? Because I talked about it. My father was a black cowboy. What's a trail ride? A trail ride consists of horses riding along trails. Really? So does that have to do with four-wheelers, or does that have to do with side-by-sides? Or does that have to do with these fan dances? We're the fans. We're the fans. That's not a trail ride. That's not a trail ride. But he must keep on. I said, okay. I'm not a troll. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's your page, bro. But my page, I'm going to tell you something. And don't get me wrong, I ain't got no beat. I can't do those, with a fan, with a fan. Yeah, okay. But they don't know that the black cowboys, the old school black cowboys listen more to like stuff like Zydeco. Or blues. You know what I'm saying? That's where I learned about Zydeco. I went on I was hanging out with my father and his friends, and they was like, I said, who that? And they was like, that's so-and-so. I was like, well, who's that one? And it seems like the music I start liking, I'm like 10, 20 years behind. They'd be like little Mardi Gras. Now, don't get me wrong. I went to Mardi Gras once, and I had a wonderful, ridiculously funny and fantastic time. And I watched a video on that. Those floats that those people are on are actually clubs. And when they get on them, the bigger the club is, the more fancier the float is. Some of them even got bathrooms in them because they up there getting drunk. They up there having a party. They having fun throwing, and they're, you don't realize you're a tourist. You're in their area, and you don't realize that half of them are ex-baseball players, and they've got a job somewhere else, but they used to be in high school football or baseball, and they're taking they're taking those beads and they're trying to take your head off. They're throwing. I mean, they're throwing 90-mile-an-hour speedballs. Yeah, exactly. Because I remember we were standing there, and I'm throwing my hand. Hey, let me get a bead. And the dude was. I happened to duck in time, and you could hear the sound of that thing whiz by me, and I heard it hit the fence. There was a fence by there protecting the the storefront, and I was like, oh, I'm from New York. I can tell when someone's trying to take my head off, and I heard it buzz about. And the second time, it took me two times. And one time, they didn't even take, the beads come in a bag about that big. Dude didn't take them out the bag to store them separate. He threw the whole thing. And I went to grab for it, reached out for it. I caught it, but I had to let it go because he was throwing it so hard. It would have probably broke my daggone hand. And Norma was back at the fence playing dodgeball. We were doing all this sober. She playing dodgeball because they were trying to take her out, and she was just, they would throw it, and she'd duck to the right, wham, hit the fence, duck to the left, wham, and then just pick them up, put them up. Thank you. And I said all that to say this. You got to. Even anybody normal, like, they try to kill me. I was like, okay, it's on now. I know the game. I know what you trying to do. I know the game. And I was like, but that's all right. So I started making more noise. Hey, come on. You ain't got no, I said, you ain't got no gonads. And tagging out it, they were trying to take the brother out, man. And when I left, I had a pile of bees on my neck by that high. And the thing is, you got people that think they can take and don't know how to have a good time. I talked about this a while ago, but I'm reminded of it because somebody said something on a video. There's MAGA people wearing those MAGA stupid hats, Make America Great Again, and going into Mexico. You don't want Mexicans in the United States, but you're going into Mexico and trying to antagonize these people. That just reminds me of some of these guys that used to drive around. They done switched up now. But they used to have the Confederate flags on the back of their car waving, or in their truck window. Now they got the black and blue American flag, or the Don't Tread on Me flag. You could tell they just switched up their colors. But there's the tourists that are coming down to Mexico, they're coming down into someone else's country complaining about the seasoning. It's too spicy. Or you're playing, they got the trumpets and the trombones, and the guy, instead of them trying to take so-called jobs from people in America that don't want to do nothing in the fields, because I ain't going out to pick no cotton. But instead of that, they are walking along the beach and playing Mexican music. And one lady came out there, quiet, stop playing it. And they just followed her. Who are you? Who are you in their country? And anyway, if they came on the beach, on Jones Beach, where I was, whatever beach, In America, they playing that. Look, I'd say he's looking for a tip. His tip, have at it. I remember we was in Costa Rica. I'm in another country. I told my wife I don't want to go to this beach. Why? Because the locals are trying to make a living. They're trying to sell something. The same guy asked me, did I want to watch this trinket 50 times? I'm like, I don't want to go there. We went in there. I just sat in the back. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm frustrated. No, thank you. Still being polite. No, thank you. This ain't my country. I know you're trying to make a living. I know you're trying to make a living. That's why I didn't want to come over here, because I don't want to buy nothing. I'm good right now. When I want to buy something, I'll come find you. You know what I mean? But see, we think we can kind of be abrupt and tell everybody what to do. A lot of Southern folks don't realize that most Northerners my age were brought up by Southern parents. They had to move from the South to the North to get a job. So I was brought up on hominy cheese grits. I was brought up on sage sausages and sausage patties and fried bologna. I was brought up on that stuff. I was brought up on chitlins and all that crazy stuff. When I realized later on in life, when I realized what chitlin was, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll go get peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You see what I'm saying? And when you learn to listen, when you learn to listen, you can hear what anybody's saying with any accent. You could actually learn patois, because you catch some of them words. You just gotta learn how to listen. As I love when Urban ain't got mad in a minute. Urban Garden Chronicle. Urban ain't got mad in a minute. That patois come out, boy. I tell her all the time. That's when I hit that follow button. Oh, she's gonna be enjoyable to listen to. Pop. Exactly. And guess what? Was it Bourbon Street or whatever? There used to be a line. There used to be a line of bars and clubs, and I remember, I know the spot, and there used to be a line. That line ain't there no more, because the LGBTQ Elemental P crowd realized that you could get more money by inviting the other crowd into your establishment. They started, because you could spot it, because there'd be pictures of bare-chested men standing out, in the windows, and okay, I know where I'm at. I even had we were walking down there, and the homeless man said, hey, bro, you don't want to go past here? And he said, why? He said, he pointed, and appreciate it. And what you do when somebody do that, you give them a tip. I gave him $5. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. You gotta appreciate the game. Some people got a game, and that's how they make their money. In Vegas, I have a picture of a guy. He says he had a sign. He said, please, I said, my girlfriend was kidnapped by ninjas. My girlfriend was kidnapped by ninjas. Please donate so I can learn some Kung Fu. And I just laughed. And I was like, oh, I said, bro, normally I don't give out. That was the good one. Here you go. and you gotta stop trying to be on your high horse. You got to be able to understand the area of wherever you are in the world. If you want to, if it's okay for you. You know what I'm saying? If it's okay for you. And I'm good. Oh, by the way, did anybody see that? I guess it was tonight. The full lunar eclipse or the red moon or whatever. I don't get out of the truck at night. And when I woke up, they were saying it was going on, and the lights in the truck stop was, out. So I don't walk around in the dark. You know what I mean? We don't do that. But I don't walk these streets. I don't walk these streets, in the dark. You know what I mean? I mean, you learn at a young age about who you are and what you can do, and that's all it is, bro. That's all it is. For anybody want to know about the lawn care, I can see on my camera, my Xeon. My Xeon Zoysia. It's starting to green up, or that perennial ryegrass that I threw down is coming up. I don't know if it lasts. I gotta get home to see. I'm seeing green all in that area, because that was a whole pallet of dead sod. That was $450 new, but it was dead. I got for $50. It was a 450 pallet I got for $50, and it's starting to green up. And I've been waiting. I'm hoping the other deads, the other stuff is not Xeon. It's what you call it? It's a Xena. The other stuff is Xena. I'm hoping that comes back. If not, I'm gonna reseed. I might reseed that area before I go on the cruise, or probably a week or two after. And I'm gonna reseed that area, and hopefully it'll take. I put over the winter. I put some Zoysia seed down. I don't know if it's gonna come up or not, because I got a chemical company that keeps on putting pre and post immersion. I'm like, no, I'm wasting my money. But I'm hoping it got below. I'm hoping that a miracle might happen. I doubt it, because they doing such a good job. I'm seeing less and less. When you got the right company, I'm seeing less and less of the bad stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give a break to I've been taking a double dosage of that nitric oxide. I'm gonna give it a break today, because I don't want to overdo it. I'm gonna give it a break today, and but I bought another vitamin. I done got into this vitamin kick. And all you health food nuts, I got some K2 and D3. I'm gonna take that this morning. And I forgot, what is K2 and D3 supposed to do for you? I forgot what it's supposed to do, but I know it's supposed to do something good. It's supposed to do something. It's supposed to do. What is K2 and D3. I'm not going to be taking this every day. Let's see. Once a week. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just do that later. Like you said, just once a week. I'll do that once a week. I Well, then I can only take this once. I think once a week because it's got K2 in it. You know what I mean? Let's turn that on. I got this. I got that. Forgot what was I saying? I need something for my memory. And I'm not from the streets. I'm not from the streets. And I've already been to the store. I'm not in the mood for no McDougal. Now I got the giggles. I mean, hey, look, I'm losing my mind. I said, what the heck? Something's on my ears, and I realized I got my earphones on. Oh boy, growing old it sucks. I'm sitting there wondering, why my ears feel funny? Oh, I got my earphones on. Alrighty, let's see here. Where we at it? Alright. Let's see. Loads. See, I gotta time this right because I'm leaving. I gotta. Let's see here. Campbell. I don't know when I'm getting out of there. It says show up at 1600 and see how much further I got. Okay, I got 4 hours. So I got an hour or two. I gotta wait. 11, 12, 1, 2. Let's see. So I'll get there. Right now it says I'll get there at 11. I gotta get there at least by 2. 2 or 3. Yeah, 2 or 3, and then that's when I'll be able to do what I gotta do. Okay. But y'all say a prayer for a brother. Oh, the wife's birthday present is ordered. And I'll tell y'all after I give it to her. You know, because sometimes she watches my videos. I want to know what it is. But the birthday present order, it should be showing up in a day or two. Um, it's been 10 years and I'm still not used to being treated like a normal human being. I know that sounds sad because I have to give out birthday presents and be able to receive them. I have to learn how to be in a normal relationship. All right, guys. We at 6:59. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a part of my live and the foolishness. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I am not look, I barely came up with ideas for the week, so I got to start working on ideas for next week. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will see y'all Monday. Coming up next, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Thanks you. Y'all check out Bayou Sugar Garden, Mike's Chaotic Garden, and Kenneth Wilkerson, and everybody else that came in. They're wonderful people. Give them some love. Like, comment, subscribe on their channels. Coming up next, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Get your workout on and your positive affirmations and your fashion sense. And also check out Cruising is Fun anytime in Eddie Lugo Studios. She might not post that she there, but 9 times out of 10 she's in the bushes watching on the big TV. Thank you. Check them out, and we'll starting Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be having cruise content. Finally, you know, I gotta make up enough to last a bit. We'll have some cruise content. So you guys have a blessed day. Don't be stressed. And as always, you don't think nobody loves you. Know that I love you because y'all are good folks and God loves you. Oh, and check out Jeff's Lawn Care. I forgot about my man. And as always, I love you and God loves you. Be blessed. Don't be stressed. Deuces.